All right, so I'm going to spoil the end of the story. The end of the story is I joined the army. I do stand-up comedy. I tell a joke about this. I'm going to try very hard not to tell the joke during the course of this story. But this story starts out, sometimes your parents get divorced. Look, I'm okay. Look, here I am. It's cool. Everything's fine. Sometimes your mom gets remarried, and then a bunch of years later she gets divorced again. And then what happens after that is you take a trip across the country. So, at least that's how it happened for you. Is that not how it happened for you? So what happened is, when you get divorced, there's all these leftover relationships that you still get to have, and it's nice if you have people who have level heads on their shoulders who are able to have these relationships continue. And our stepdad, who my mother became divorced from the second time, was really a wonderful guy, and he was also friends with all of my mother's friends, and my mother's best friend lived right across the street from us, where I grew up, and she had spent a lot of her life living in Arizona, and had decided to move back there, and my parents had just split up, I believe only about a year before, and she had decided to move, she and her son and her daughter, to move back to Arizona, and they wanted help in some way, and then also we were going to make a vacation out of it. But it was a vacation minus my mom, which was strange. It's the only vacation I've taken in my life or when I was a kid, that did not include my mom. We went, my former stepdad, myself, my two sisters, my mother's best friend, and her son and her daughter, and it was a minivan and a Ryder truck. And we took this trip across the country in a very strange, circuitous route. We went from New York to Ohio to Little Rock, Arkansas, all the way across to Tucson, Arizona. In Little Rock, Arkansas, I saw the movie Independence Day on Independence Day, that very Independence Day when that movie came out. And it was a really cool movie. And I used to read books, and I read in the car on the way there, and I don't know what I read on the way there. And then we got to Arizona, and we were so excited that our long, weird trek was over that my friend Justin and I, Barb, my mom's friend's son, decided to get right in the nearest swimming pool we could find, and in the community where she had moved to, and swim around for like an hour and a half. And this is Arizona in July, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but when you get in the pool, especially when you get in the pool, please wear sunscreen.
Oh no.
I know, it happened to me, guys. It happened to Justin too, but me worse. I got the most horrific sunburn of my life. To this day, I am terrified of the sun's harmful rays. Terrified. And and here's the thing, you go to Arizona and it's like a vacation. They had moved in, we helped them get unpacked and all of this. And the moment we got there to start like the fun part of this vacation where we would see sights and do things, and when you do things, many of those things are out of doors, I felt as though my back had touched the surface of the sun. And we did things like, we went to the biosphere, the actual biosphere, not the Pauly Shore movie Biodome. We went to we walked around. You can't go inside. You go around, you walk around outside. Me in agony, but me also extremely excited at the same time because I love science. And we did all kinds of stuff, but I just remember how miserable I was, and it made me feel like this desert is not for me. And here's the other thing. Arizona, they talk about the dry heat. Oh, you love the dry heat. In July, in Arizona, it's not, the dry heat moves away. There is a weather pattern that moves in from the mountains where it is also humid and 105 degrees at the same time. And this happens every year. We picked this time to take our vacation and meet with my back, and it was really something else. And it was like being with the people you love the most, minus my mom, of course, and then also, yeah, my mom, the person that I would want the most comfort from, I was thousands of miles away from at that time. And then just being just about miserable. And by the time I started to heal up a little bit and feel marginally okay, it was time to get in a car, in a minivan, the five of us who were coming back home, or the four of us who were coming back home, and just do it all over again. And I took comfort in reading books like I always had, and I'm a science fiction fan, and I read the book Starship Troopers by Robert A. Heinlein. This is a book about fighting bugs in outer space and about fulfilling your civic duty by joining the military. And this planted, I don't know if it had to do with me having this crazy, Odysseus-like trip across and back, here and back across the country. I don't know if it had to do with that or being in a weird family situation, but I decided that I would seek my comfort after high school by joining the United States Army, just like in that book about fighting the bugs. So I mostly didn't tell the joke. All right. Anyway, I just want to say that my mom's friend Barb is here, and my mom is here, and Barb's daughter Alex is here, and my second stepdad Glenn, who is a wonderful person, is here. Third time's a charm, Mom. And she's been back here for a week, and it's so funny. It feels just like old times, and it reminds me, no matter how weird your life gets, you can always count on your family. Thank you very much, everybody. Continue to support the Brainery and all the things that they do.